Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and we're going to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi, Episode 3, which is titled Part 3. So I see, unlike Mandalorian and Bad Batch and Clone Wars, they had ditched the whole we're going to name each episode thing and just say Part 1. You get a part, everybody gets a part, so this episode, or Part 3, as Episode 3 is called. And the only thing that Disney Plus says for this episode is Obi-Wan searches for allies. Which is kind of true. Like, Obi-Wan's kind of quick to give up when, but Leia was the one who pushes him. So that fake Jedi in the last episode gave Obi-Wan and Leia coordinates to go on this mining planet to meet this person who was pretending to be an Imperial officer. And she isn't at the location Obi-Wan and Leia's at the time when they reach it. And so this alien guy essentially picks them up. Obi-Wan and Leia pretend that they're father and daughter. They the alien dude, picks up some stormtroopers along the way. Obi-Wan talks about accidentally calls Leia besides her name that Leia gave them, and Obi-Wan says that sometimes it's hard for me to I sometimes call her mother's name, because sometimes when I see Leia, or my daughter, I see her mother, and we all miss her very much. And Leia picks up, probably because with the help of the Force without her realizing it, that Obi-Wan's talking about her birth mother, Padme Amidala, not pretty much role-playing, pretty much being her father. And Leia says, ever since I've known you, you have been hiding something. My mother. And then she says, are you my dad? Which, I've seen some people hating the Obi-Wan's response was, I wish I was, but no, I'm not. And then we kind of get this somewhat deep conversation about how Leia, well, we kind of get that Leia wishes she knew her mother, or wishes that she knew Padme, and how she wonders what her father is like. Of course, little does she know at this point that Darth Vader is her father. She doesn't technically find out that about her birth father until Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, when Luke Skywalker tells Leia at Endor, before he faces their father. And so, we can see, Leia kind of, wishing that she knew her parents, her birth parents. And Obi-Wan tries to reassure her. I feel like it's important to know that this episode kind of starts with, the Obi-Wan meditating a bit. We see Anakin going to the Vader suit. And we see Darth Vader talking to the third sister. And how the third sister's trying to pin the Grand Inquisitor's death on Obi-Wan. And Vader's saying, I don't care about the Inquisitor, damn it. All Papa Vader cares about is fighting Kenobi. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Lord Vader. Rey, the third sister goes to the other Inquisitors, says that search for the use of probe droids. Make them go to different planets. Search for Obi-Wan. Getting back to the whole coact moment between Obi-Wan and Leia. essentially this Imperial probe droid scans Obi-Wan's face. He does the so uncivilized thing and shoots the probe droid, shoots the stormtroopers. Essentially, Leia's getting like live explosion. Obi-Wan manages to save Leia, and essentially we get to see that girl I was talking about that is pretending to be an Imperial officer. That's really helping Obi-Wan and them. And so, essentially, they go in this tunnel where Obi-Wan realizes that they help. This woman helps people who are force sensitive because the Empire isn't only searching for Jedi; they're searching for force sensitives. They don't care if you're a kid; they'll still search for you and try to exterminate. And the best, to quote the Daleks from Doctor Who, exterminate, exterminate. And so then, before they go, Obi-Wan senses that Vader is close. Of course, we all know that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker underneath that armor. And now Obi-Wan knows it too because the third sister in the last episode kind of mentioned that to Obi-Wan. So now Obi-Wan says, Leia, go with this lady. She'll get you to safety. I'll follow. So Obi-Wan leads Vader away. Vader just probably the wrong lightsaber at the moment because I don't have the blade in. But pretty much Vader. Actually, hold up. Let me BRB. Sorry. So Vader goes like, Obi-Wan, and then Obi-Wan goes like, oh my god, Anakin, let me run away. What did he turn into? I'm having way too much fun with this lightsaber. I'm having way too much fun with this lightsaber that it changed its colors. But pretty much Vader then says, now you will pay as I have for years. I made you weak. Oh, I'm going to use the force to grapple you, slam you to the ground pretty much, but not until I lit up some amber with this lightsaber. And now you will burn. I won't kill you right now. I will make you suffer. And then you will die. Right, sorry. I'll put this away because I'm having way too much fun with this. But no, seriously, that's pretty much how it goes. That pretty much is kind of afraid to fight Anakin or Vader, whatever. And Vader just wants to like really torture Obi-Wan because Vader's still really pissed for leaving him to die on Mustafar. Cutting his limbs off and leaving him to die. That doesn't roll with Vader. And truth be told, I can see why he wouldn't roll with anyone. Like, you cut my limbs off, let me burn. Now you're leaving me here on this planet to die? Really? 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 Your ass will be mine. So yeah, Anakin, or Vader, whatever you want to call him, he is like really pissed right now. And he wants Obi-Wan, I guess, to suffer before he dies. Doesn't exactly seem very much like Vader, because it does seem like if Vader would have like killed Obi-Wan when he had the chance. I mean, A New Hope, he did. So unless like this, unless like this fight is gonna be like yeah, Vader of course was kind of like toying with Obi-Wan before he killed him, and like the second fight, Vader gets bested by Obi-Wan. So like, is that how Disney gonna explain why Vader decided? Oh, I'm not gonna deny my chance. I'm gonna kill you, Obi-Wan. How do you turn invisible? Pretty much. But I don't know. I want to know how. Like now, this kind of makes me interested in the second fight. I've been an advocate that the whole Vader Anakin fight should, or Vader Obi-Wan fight should be Force, like the Force trying to tell the other, hey, yeah, the other one's still alive, or at least Obi-Wan with Anakin. That way it could have been a cool transition scene from like, of course it would have some like CGI, which I don't know how this will cost them, but have like Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting, right? And as the fight progresses, the Vader suit kind of like comes off, like flows off, like it burns off of Anakin, and we see burnt Anakin only using his one hand, saying, "How can you leave me to die with only one hand? That's not even my own hand." And then seeing like Anakin kind of like getting healed in a bit in this Force vision, us seeing Anakin from like Revenge of the Sith saying, "You could have saved me, Obi-Wan, yet you didn't. How could you?" And then essentially that could have been like this fight, and then the second fight could have been like, I guess, an actual fight if they wanted to, but let's be real. A Force Vision fight, like having the Force try and hint to Obi-Wan that Anakin was alive, would have been a much cooler, more badass fight than this fight that we got. I was not too impressed with this fight. They called this one a fight. It was cool, admittedly cool to see Vader using one hand. But still, you call this a fight? Anakin versus Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. Sidious versus Yoda, Revenge of the Sith. Yoda versus Dooku, Attack of the Clones. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul, Phantom Menace. Ahsoka versus Vader, Rebels. Those were fights. Hell, I'll even take Obi-Wan and the Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul fight in Rebels as more of a fight. Even though that was more like a Western showdown than anything. But I would take that more of a fight than this. Because at least Obi-Wan stood his ground against Darth Maul in Rebels. All Obi-Wan did in here, and I get that he's broken. But Obi-Wan ran like a bitch. I'm sorry, he did. He ran like a bitch. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm pushing out my lightsaber again. And like, okay, I'm gonna fight you a little bit. Okay, hold on, be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Now I can probably show you guys how it went. It's like, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna run again. That's not. I'm sorry, but like, this wasn't much of a fight. Sure, Obi-Wan met Vader's lightsaber a few times, but Obi-Wan was mostly running. Which, if you guys want me to do the negatives and the positives of this episode, I will do it for you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. But that was definitely my one issue with it. I already knew that Obi-Wan and Vader were going to have two fights because it was announced before the show happened that there were going to be two fights. Rematch of the century. But I'm sorry. This fight, though, was not much of a fight. It was like 20% Vader, Anakin, Vader, Obi-Wan fighting. Like 40 ish percent of Obi-Wan running, 25% Darth Vader trolling, a bit was a bit of let's say and then another 20 of Vader just trying to torture Obi-Wan before killing him. That's pretty much the entire fight. Not much fighting. So I'm sorry. The fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan is so for. Now I'm kind of worried about this lightsaber. My point is, the fight between Vader and Obi-Wan is my biggest critique of this episode. I'm sorry. Because I was hoping Obi-Wan would stand his ground a bit more than he did. And I get that he's a broken man. I get that. And I'm not saying, I expect him to exactly win and not retreat. I have expected Obi-Wan to retreat somehow. And essentially he does, but I wanted him to put more of a fight, if that makes sense. That's where my issue lies. But essentially Obi-Wan gets burned, kinda, because Vader ignites the fire, burns Obi-Wan's arm, wants Obi-Wan to know the pain that he has felt. So Obi-Wan is out of it without the amount of pain that he's in, which is not nearly as much as Vader has been the past 9 years. And so then Vader, when there's this explosion happening from the woman who was supposed to take Leia to the pilot, Vader's standing there in shock. I guess we'll have to wait till next Wednesday for it, but he was in shock, I guess. And then we essentially see Leia meeting the third sister, finding out that the pilot is dead, killed by the third sister, and we see Leia running. So, while I was hoping to be Leia's last episode, ain't gonna be Leia's last episode. Now I'm saying about episode 5 is gonna be Leia's last episode about. And I don't mind Leia. It's just I was kind of hoping when the first 3 episodes, this whole protecting Leia's arc would have been over. Because I want to see more Obi-Wan trying to protect Luke than Leia. So I'm hoping episode 4 will be Obi-Wan being done protecting Leia. Be next week's episode on politics. If you guys hear a train. I live close to a train. That's how I jump cut there. So yeah, I was hoping that we would have gotten I was hoping we will have wrapped the whole Obi-Wan saves Leia up in this episode, because that would have made episodes pave the way for episode 4 through 6 protecting Luke. So we can have strike that nice balance of, okay, we see Obi-Wan trying to protect Luke in episode 2 and 3 essentially, and now we're gonna see Obi-Wan trying to protect Luke in episode 4 and 5. And I do like Leia's character. And that girl who plays Leia is really good. She's a really good actress, but fans, I feel like most fans are here to see Obi-Wan for sure, but Obi-Wan protecting Luke. Like, not so much Leia. It would be okay if it was I'm hoping this, like I said, next episode will be the last episode of it, but like 2 episode arc, that would be done. That would be nice just to see Leia in 2 episodes, 2 or 3 episodes of her need Obi-Wan's protection, like 2 episodes. But overall, I was fine seeing Vader in here. I just wish the whole duel between him and Obi-Wan would have been better, more exciting, more epic, and less of a running Rey match. And I wish Obi-Wan would put up more of a fight. I did like how he says, "Oh, nowadays I go by Ben," so I like that. I do hope that he will when they do have their second duel, because like I said, it was confirmed that this show is going to have 2 duels between Vader and Obi-Wan, that I hope that Obi-Wan puts up more of a fight in part 2. Because even though Obi-Wan's a broken man, and I get that, this was pathetic for Obi-Wan. If it was Luke, depending on which stage Luke was, I would have been more understanding. But with Obi-Wan, I'm sorry, I can't really be that understanding. Like, I get that Obi-Wan, you're trying to go for the whole Obi-Wan's broken thing, but he will put up more of a fight. I mean, in that Kenobi book, he put up more of a fight when he got in fights than he has done in this show. So, again, if you guys want to see me do like another breakdown, do another video just talking about the positives, another video talk about the negatives, let me know in the comment section down below. I might do that, especially if you guys want me to. So with that said, love you all. Have a wonderful day. Let me know what you guys thought about Kenobi, and may the force be with us all. Later, taters.